Hi everybody, welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. You got half me here, but a little bit of Wolf too, so that's always better. It's always much more attractive. Handsomer too. So, I hope you guys are having a good week. I got one kid in my room paying bills online. I got the other kid listening to a video in his room. So it's just me and Mom and the dog. They both should be back shortly, but in the meantime, it's just the old ladies and the hound.
The
Yeah.
Pitty hound.
The pitty hound. Yeah. The pitty hound who has discovered the joys of jelly beans. He likes them. He approves of jelly beans. How's he been doing with those peeps?
With what?
With the purple peeps.
We still got a package.
Goodness.
It worked this time.
Cool. So, my goodness. Come here and talk for the video a little bit. What do you got coming up you're about ready for?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully some shoots.
No, Ben, I'm serious. There's something you have planned for.
On the 8th?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The 8th, in case you all have been living under a rock, just so happens to be the day that the eclipse comes in.
Yeah. It's very Gerald's Game and Dolores Claiborne with a total eclipse. Or if you want to be smarmy about it, highfalutin. We are in the path of totality.
That is actually what they call it.
Yes.
That's not a term that was invented by a book.
Yes. Wolfie can't watch it, though, because he can't wear the glasses. So he had to stay in the house and be safe.
From what?
The eclipse.
Oh.
It could burn his little eyes.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to look at it.
Ow, I've been walked on. I've been walked on and deserted. That's right, deserted too. I tell you, it's rough.
Don't hurt his little eyes.
It's rough having a pup.
Nuh-uh.
Hear him shaking.
Nuh-uh.
You're awful happy for a stinker.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, these eclipse glasses we got,
Uh-huh.
basically what you're supposed to do with them, in case any of you probably haven't had these before. You on, right?
Got me too.
Anyway,
And
you basically
my
put these
toe.
on when you're viewing the eclipse at any time when the sun is visible.
Okay, bring them here. You can get that bag from Wolf in the meantime. They just say eclipse on the side, where you cannot see shit through them. But, it's made to block out the light, so. Yeah. You could wear those to bed in a lit-up room and sleep. Boy, those are dark.
Yep, the intent is that you take these out and view the eclipse until the sun can no longer be seen. Then you can take them off for a bit.
And then you can no longer see what they stopped you from seeing.
Yeah.
There you go. Once you can no longer see the sun, the very thing that stop you from seeing, you'll be able to actually take those things off. And then you'll actually be able to see what an actual eclipse looks like.
No, you can't look at the eclipse without those glasses.
You can't look at it while the sun's showing.
Well, that's what the eclipse is. The sun
Goes away.
goes away.
But it usually ends up, Ben.
Yeah.
It usually ends up with a circle of the sun.
Called a corona.
Yeah, and then black
That's
in the
really
middle.
Dangerous.
And that's what you don't want to look at. That'll damage your eyes.
Yes.
What, do you want to go blind? But I'm bummed. Mom's over there going, what? Blinder? He's the only one in the house that could read directions off of a box.
Yes.
So,
They also say that they should be disposed of after the third year of having them.
not a problem.
I mean, after all, we only got them for this one day coming up.
Ben has to get his
What?
eclipse gear all washed up and ready to wear, and he knows where all our glasses are and all that other fun stuff.
I know one pair's up on top by the TV. Christopher's gonna have to suss out the other two, since he was watching them last.
The one I had for me, I put on top of my schedule. I think the other two are behind the desk if you want to look. No, there's one up on top.
Yeah.
What's the third one look like?
The third one was the one he got from developmental disabilities. I already know about the one you mentioned on the schedule and the one on the TV.
I don't look behind the thing in case it fell, because a bunch of stuff fell off the desk.
That's Chris. Knocks stuff off the desks and just waits for somebody else to come pick it up.
I don't see it. This game isn't working with me.
So, okay. What's going on with you, Wolf? Staying over there with Mom.
Over here with my grandma.
Who's not videotaping stuff.
Yeah. He's busy being a gamma's boy. I gotta get dinner started. We're gonna eat late tonight.
So what's new?
What's new, I know. I'm gonna try to make stuffed peppers tonight. If I can't make them tonight, I can make them tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to make them tonight. And I'm definitely making barbecued ribs tonight. So they take a little while. I need to make them.
Yeah.
What are you eating?
Gum.
You know, you really shouldn't eat that much gum.
Sorry.
He eats it. He doesn't chew chewing gum. I don't know why he does that. Why does he do that, Wolf?
Because I don't know.
Why does he do that with the wolf? Wolf says you better be careful, or you might let a fizzle and make a bubble in your pants. He's just ignoring me.
You know what, Mom?
What?
I was watching a video, which is why I told you to wait a little bit. And in this video, there was an SD card he was expecting to find game save data on. This is 2 gigabytes. That's what he found instead.
Porn.
No. That's what I was expecting. That's why I was watching it. But instead, it was photos and videos of the family that owned the Wii enjoying the Wii when they had it. But he blurred out everything expecting porn, and it was just the people taking pictures of their time to win. He wanted to try and find out where he could find the family and return their card to them, because he doesn't know if they have their photos anymore and whatnot.
Right.
Let's check that out.
That'd probably be hard to track him down.
Well, there's a way you can do it, and he's going to look into it. Basically, each Wii has the original IP address of the owners in it, and since it was never wiped, it has the owner's data. He can use tools to find out their IP address, which can lead him to find out their emails, and an email said, "Hey, I just purchased the Wii you used to own. It had an SD card, your photos on it. You want that SD card back?" And that's how you could do it.
Okay. So I'm watching a true crime video the other day. I love true crime. And one of the bad guys did something that kind of confused me. She knew that they were coming to get her, like literally on their way to pick her up. And she knew she had incriminating evidence on her phone. And you see that all the time. They figure out that the phone was in this location at that time, so he could have been the murderer, or the phone went here, there, and everywhere, and they follow where the phone went to try to find the body, or just stuff like that. And she, while she was waiting for the cops to get there, performed a factory reset on her phone and completely obliterated all that information. Even the forensic technologist couldn't pull anything up. And I'm going, if that's all you have to do, why don't more people do that?
Bad guys still get her?
Yeah, they still got her, but it was a lot harder.
Wow. And why were they getting her? Because she recorded them doing something bad?
No, she killed a kid.
Oh, so she was the bad guy.
Yeah, she was the bad guy.
That's why you listen, Christopher.
Okay, I didn't understand it. I thought you were saying they were coming to get her and they were not the cops or whatnot.
Her and her boyfriend, you'll notice, were into drugs and partying, and the kids were in the way and irritated them by just existing. And
So they killed the kid.
just one of them, it went too far, beating one of them one night and killed it.
Wow. So, what kind of phone did they have anyway?
I don't know. They didn't say.
I can tell you one thing.
What?
A factory reset, if they just do a complete factory reset without turning off some things, an iPhone can still get them.
Well, I'm just telling you what they said.
I know.
And how much grief it caused the investigators. And I just wondered, if that's all you have to do, why don't people do that? I mean, I've heard of people pulling the SIM cards and destroying them, and that makes it harder too. But nothing impossible.
Yeah, there's literally no escape if your phone was involved in the crime at all. Even if you were to physically destroy the phone, records of it still exist in the cell tower.
That was strange, though.
Mm-hmm.
You would be surprised.
Oh, Grandma
what
kicked
all
him into
people have been
Snoop.
able to do.
She did not.
She turned him into a pug.
No, sir.
My goodness.
You're a good boy, Wolfie. He says, your turn, Ben.
Yeah, Ben.
What?
You have to say something about a wolf.
He's our good little Sprout Duke.
What do you think, Wolf? Was that acceptable?
Wolf's like,
You good boy.
close enough.
He's a good boy.
The good baby.
You heard, right?
He's got a birthday coming up pretty soon.
A
Yeah, the
birthday.
1st of June.
Mine's coming up next, though.
Has Mom decided what splurge she's gonna get for birthday dinner?
Nope. Probably nothing. I don't know.
She gets entirely too carried away providing for the rest of us.
That's why I said probably nothing.
Why not?
That's why I said probably nothing. I probably won't do anything for my birthday.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But anyway, people. So yeah, as I was mentioning, even with something as
Garbage bin.
privacy focused as your iPhone and whatnot, there's actually very little that somebody can do to hide their tracks. If they want to find you, they'll even go so far as to ping the cell towers and basically have the records pulled from them. so you can't destroy SIM cards and expect them to be hidden, though you might stymie the attempt by a little bit. You can't factory reset the phone, though you might slow them down a little bit with that. On iPhones, doing that might also trip activation lock,
Yep.
and so on and so forth. They're going to get you eventually if you did something that they have to get you for.
Okay.
Basically, all they were doing was delaying the inevitable.
Anyway.
And I have no sympathy for kid killers.
Anyway, those true crime channels, not everybody can watch them.
Right.
They can be very upsetting,
Yeah.
you know. And I really hate the ones they show where they got away with it. And they don't know who did it. And sometimes they'll never find out, too, you know.
Yeah.
But every now and then you'll get one where it'll say, crime solved after 38 years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting.
If Mom was living in
It is 5:05.
If Mom was living in the UK, she would have liked the two channels, True Crime and True Crime Extra.
Yeah, I just mostly watch YouTube videos. Although lately I've been on a kick for little mini documentaries about this golden age of movies and the actors and actresses, like Clark Gable and Vivian Leigh. And okay, right now I can't think of any of them.
I know.
I know all of them. There's dozens I should be able to rattle off. What is wrong with my brain?
Mine is so bad.
I had to ask Mom earlier, Mom, what bills do I have to pay yet? We had to sit down and think about it because I knew I'd forgotten something.
That's why I do.
Keep it on paper.
Hey, Mom.
But to be honest with you, I wasn't sure I'd forgotten something.
Yeah.
Because that one time, you know, with the car payment. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Mom.
What, orphan?
Hi,
Would
baby.
Curiosity Stream interest you?
What's that?
Basically, that's a streaming service for all things documentary.
No. I like the little true crime documentaries.
They might have those.
I like the old actors and actresses and some of the stuff they went through.
I
My
heard they
goodness.
have those too.
Oh, speaking of entertainment, I got new books today. Well, new to me. I got Addison House, clearly an 80s novel.
There was one, Betty Arbuckle,
Yeah.
murdered a girl
Mm-hmm.
at a Hollywood party.
You know, it turned out that's not what happened.
No.
He was almost framed.
Huh?
It ruined his career by the time the truth came out, and nobody would report it in the news or anything because they were having such a upsell in papers and magazines and stuff because of it. But she had had an abortion that day, and it had she was bleeding to death.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, she tried to have intercourse. And it exacerbated the bleeding and she bled to death. But anyway, Addison House is my new 80s book. I'm supposed to be afraid of it. Look at the eyes. Who ever heard of a scary guy with crossed eyes? Somehow it does not work, Mom.
I can't see it.
You probably can't see it from here either. Anyway, this is about a woman who moves into her ancestral home called Addison House, and she's in Addison, and she moves in there with 6 orphans, and to turn it into an orphanage, and all hell breaks loose.
And it's what?
And then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And then we got, I've actually read these. I know they're backwards. Ghost House, and Ghost House Revenge. But to be perfectly honest about it, the way they were doing the sale on the books, is the first one you bought was 25% off. The second one was 50, the third one was 75, and the fourth one was free. And now, that's not every book in their store. That's
Right.
just certain books.
Yeah.
And I needed to find a 4th book because I wasn't giving up a free book. And I needed to find a 4th book to get for free. And I said, well, I'll read it again. You know, I haven't read it in 40 years. That is so wrong.
Yeah. That's an alien idea.
I was thinking about it, and they said this book had come out in 84, and I was like, 94, 2004, 2014, 2024, 40 years. It's been 40 years since I read this book.
Mm.
Do you know how old that made me feel? I felt what little bit of color I had left in my hair sucked out, and it just went gray.
Yeah.
Right there on the spot. And I'm sure my cataracts got worse. I never should have figured that out. That can't be right. You know, Chris is almost 40.
I know.
Well, I'm not sure he's going to make it. So I might have to kill him just a little bit. But, yeah, he's almost 40. It's awful. And Ben's right behind him.
Are you on?
Yeah, I'm taping.
Okay.
I'm carrying on. But anyway, I should probably finish this video up because I've been sitting here just rambling on about absolutely nothing. And it's been like 22 and a half minutes. Oh, show you what Chris gave me. Yay, Tootsie Rolls. In a bank. I actually save these banks, and we save our change in them. And then when we get a certain amount of them, whatever it happens to be, full,
However broke you are.
however broke we are too, we get them filled up and then go cash them in, and they're always fun. They're just fun. Okay, thank you for joining us. I hope you'll come back and see us on Friday, right, Chris?
Right.
Do you have anything to add?
Nope.
Ben, you got anything to add?
Can't think of anything.
Wolf, you got anything to add? He says, yes, my grandma's toes are delicious.
He also says turn it off or Grandma
He's-
gets it.
He's licking her toes. He's a toe licking hound. He
He'll
just
lick about anything.
he just is a toe licker, I'm telling you now.
Oh, you heard what Chris said?
Yeah. Okay, come see us on Friday. And if you're good, maybe I'll tell you about our new aloe plant. So we'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.